I had a dream, and I didn't want to get on here and tell it, but I got to do what God told me to do. He told me to share it to my people and to warn them. I don't want the blood to be on my hands. If I decide to keep it to myself, He's going to hold me accountable, and then the blood is going to be on my hands if I don't warn you. And so I'm going to share this with you. But so I had a dream that I think in this dream it was like a holiday, like maybe the 4th of July or something. And so I walked outside, and I had all my kids with me. And everybody was outside enjoying each other. They was enjoying their families, and people was outside barbecuing, and they were having a good time. And that day was a good day. The sun was shining, and it was just so many people outside enjoying their families. And so I'm outside with my children, and we was getting ready to walk down the street. I don't know where we was about to go, but we was getting ready to walk down the street. All of a sudden, something big fell out the sky. It was real big, and it was yellow. And it fell to, it was big. It was so big, it covered the whole right side of the earth. And when it fell, I looked up, and there were things from heaven coming out the sky. It was coming out into a big light, inside of a big light, and everything from heaven was being released. And then I looked over to my left. Everything from the earth was coming up out the ground, as if everything from hell was being released. And I seen bugs that was taller than me. There were spiders coming up out the ground, and they were taller than me. There were bugs that I've never seen before, that I've never heard of, coming out the ground, and they were taller than you and I. And so when that happened, everybody realized that the world was ending. People were running around trying to find somewhere to hide. They were running into each other's houses and just running around in circles and trying to find a place to hide. But whatever fell out the sky, it was so big that nobody could get past it. And then everything that was coming out the ground to my left, it was so big that nobody could get past that. Everybody was running around trying to find somewhere to hide. I looked around and my kids was gone. My children were gone. And I seen myself running and crying and calling out their names. Kyrie! Kyrie! Where my babies at, Kyrie? Deshaun, Denzel, Cedric, and Jamari. I couldn't find none of my kids. My kids were nowhere to be found. People were running around trying to find their kids. There was not one kid in sight. They were looking for their loved ones and crying out, and Lord, I'm sorry. And then I turned around and I looked, and it was only a couple of people with their hands surrendering. And they were saying, Lord, I'm sorry. Lord, forgive me. Lord, I'm sorry. Lord, give me another chance. Only a few. Everybody else was running around trying to find somewhere to hide when they should have been surrendering. God showed me two kinds of people. There were a couple people, there were people surrendering, and then there were people trying to find somewhere to hide. And he said, which one are you? Which one will you be? Will you be one of the ones that's going to surrender, or will you be one of the ones that's going to try to find somewhere to hide? He said there would be nowhere for them to escape. There would be nowhere for nobody to escape. Even the mountains would be nowhere to find. Even the mountains will be nowhere for you to hide. You can't even hide behind the mountains. Before I woke up, I heard a voice saying, "No one left behind." I heard it 3 times. No one left behind. No one left behind. No one left behind. He said to share this to my people so that no one will be left behind. Now that I've shared it with you guys, the blood is no longer on my hands. And I heard a voice say, "I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me to give to everyone according to their works." God is coming. God is coming. And we got to prepare our spirit and get our house in order for the coming of Jesus.